Okay. Raise your hand if you know what a spoiler is.
Car. It gives a.
Raise your hand.
That is a good thing, huh?
It gives a hint to what
Right.
it's about.
And so if you've seen a movie and you don't want somebody else to run it for you, they call that the spoiler. Don't tell what how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Some of you got to listen to part of this. So just shout out anything that you might guess is happening. For the rest of you, what we have been asked to do for our class is to read a book to you guys, and then we are graded on how well we explain the book to you and discuss what good readers do. So, we will begin with very, very simple questions. Raise your hand if you can tell me what you think some of these pictures might mean or what they make you feel.
The picture on the back kind of makes me think Edgar Allan Poe. I can't pronounce his name correctly.
Edgar Allan Poe. Yes, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. And you may or may not have read much about him, but he wrote a lot of short stories and some poetry, and according to Mr. Wolford, that's the reason the Ravens are named the Ravens. The only piece of work that he published when he was alive that became popular was a story called The Raven. You guys even heard of that story?
I saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't know if they did they probably done just one movie on it. But he was kind of a precursor to Stephen King. I would say Stephen King learned a lot from Mr. Poe. So most of his stories are very, I don't want to say gruesome, but kind of scary and kind of in the horror category. This particular story is written in a graphic novel. I've seen some of you guys have read those in here. I haven't seen you guys doing those during reading time. But this one is written in graphic novel form. So the pictures will tell you as much as the actual words. Now, we discussed colors. Why don't you tell me what we talked about colors on this?
The colors, like, there's dark colors, and then there's just a few light colors, like light green or something. But the rest of them are like dark.
Like green or red. Use red as like blood.
In this particular story, the person that did the graphic novel decided that green was going to be a color that he used to highlight or to draw your attention to certain things. Now, on these first two pages, what the green is highlighting is a letter that the author of the story is what we'll call him, because they don't give him a name. The main character is the person that is telling the story in this, and he is the narrator. You see there's, he's riding a horse, and he's gotten a letter in the mailbox. So do you think this was a story that was written about recent times, or even 20 years ago, 50 years ago? How old do you think this story is? 4 cars. That makes it about 100. Yeah, probably about the 1800s. I don't know. 1900s. Okay. Well, he gets a letter in the mail, and the letter is asking him to come to a friend of his because his friend needs him. His friend is sick. And he's contemplating whether he should go, and he says there's no backing out of it. Not that I didn't look for a way. I did my very best, mind you. But Roderick Usher was one of the few people who had the rather dubious honor of calling himself my friend. After all, Roderick wasn't one for making new friends. He lived a private life with only his sickly sister to keep him company. So he's contemplating why he should go, his obligations. He's thinking he probably should go, but he doesn't want to go. And so his last thought was, my poor friend. He says, okay. So he goes to the house, and the house looks pretty uninviting, looks unkept, and we've got the green, almost like a moat here, and then the house itself looks like there's cracks running through it. And then I think the author's wanting you to think maybe there's something scary inside the house. He's not saying why it's scary, just that it's scary. Okay. Does the house look different than I remembered? The house had never been a welcoming place, but now it was almost in ruins. And if Roderick's desperate letter was any indication, the house wasn't the only one falling apart. Then he meets, I guess, the butler, and I guess the butler snuck up on him. He screamed. He's like, oh, hello. Yes, my apologies. I'm here to see... And then the butler doesn't even talk to him. He just turns around and says, please follow me. And he's like, oh, right. And then we have the green. I'm thinking the green is taking him to the scary part of the house or something that's not good, probably evil. Trepidation. Raise your hand if you know what trepidation means. Trepidation. It's a big word that basically means they're hesitant and you don't want to do it because something bad might happen. A bad feeling about it. As I ascended the stairs, I crossed paths with Roderick's doctor. And his doctor tells him he's a lost cause. So pretty much everybody is assuming that Roderick is going to die. He's very ill. And he goes on in and he goes to his friend, and his friend is laying down, looking very depressed. He says, hello? Is that you? Oh, thank God you're here. It's good to see you, Roderick. I didn't think you would come. You know better than that. I hardly know you at all these days. Well, I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? So, your letter said you'd been ill. A little, yes, but there is more. My sister is very ill. Madeline? Yes, she's wasted away to hardly anything. It's terrible. She's my very last living relative, and not long for this earth, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry, Roderick. I'm the one who should be sorry. It's like I'm a scared little boy again. I made you come all this way. It's stupid, really. It's just that I have this fear, this dread, I guess you could say. There's no other word for it. It's terrible. I can't handle it. You understand? There's something very wrong with me, and I need a friend. As it turns out, you're my only friend. Alright, now we have the green here. It's okay, Roderick. He's trying to console him. And looks like the narrator heard this person. I'm not for sure she's alive or dead there. She looks like she's
confused.
a ghost. The narrator hears it, and he's like, oh, that's my sister Madeline. That's probably the last time you'll see her during your stay. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I told Roderick I would stay a while. I did my best to raise his spirits. Some days it even worked. We spent most of the time in his sitting room reading from his vast collection of books. All the while, Roderick was like a jittery little puppy, constantly nervous and on edge. While my companionship did seem to help him a little, Roderick's sickness was proving to be infectious. He's got green on his face. One evening, I heard Roderick singing, and I am not going to sing at all. So he is singing a song, a very bad song, a very sad song. But these pages get a little confusing because I numbered them. There you are. He keeps singing while he's coming in.